Alrighty, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to maintain your foam cannon, how to tear it apart, clean it out, so that way you get the best performance possible. This video is for the detailers that like to regularly maintain their foam cannons, or you're probably someone that's having problems with your foam cannon. It's probably stuttering a lot, it's not foaming correctly, but don't worry, I got 3 popular foam cannons that will show you guys step by step on how to tear these down, clean it out, and put them all back together so that way you get the best performance for your foam cannon. And before we start this video, in case you didn't know, I offer detailing training services. If you're interested in that, head on over to my website. It is cardosdetailingtraining.com. There you can find everything such as the courses available, pricing, scheduling, and a whole lot more. If you're interested in that, head on down to the description down below. You'll find the link that'll take you to my page. So with that said, let's get started with the video on how to maintain your foam cannon. Let's talk about the tools you'll need. The first one is a pick tool of some sort. Now the foam cannon housing has this little pin that we have to pop off, and instead of using our fingers, which can be really difficult to take out, you could use something like a pick tool so that way we could just grab it, pull it out, and it's a whole lot easier using this. And the second tool you'll need, and this goes back to that pin that I was talking about, you'll need a tool of some sort. It doesn't matter what it is, any tool will work as long as it has something thin that we can just use to like pop the little pin out. I only have one foam cannon that requires this, is an appropriately sized screwdriver. This is optional. Depending on the foam cannon you have, you may or may not need this, but it's good to have it just in case. And the final tool you'll need is a container of some sort. In my case, I'll just use some plastic cups. I labeled them according to the foam cannon. We're going to be putting the parts in these cups with some water and some all-purpose cleaner, so that way we can let the parts sit overnight as they're degreasing. But yeah, use any container. In my case, I just use cups. Use whatever works for you and just go forward from there. Alrighty, now's the time to disassemble these foam cannons. I have the PF22, the MJJC SV3, and the Trinova Foam Cannon. All of these are configured differently. The parts that we would have to clean and double check are actually inside the housing itself. And the only way to access that is if you see this little pin right over here. There's this little pin that you would have to pop open, so that way this whole entire piece just comes right off, revealing the parts that we would need to take care of. Well, the Trinova, it doesn't have a pin, and instead it uses these screws that you would have to, well, get a screwdriver and open it up. But for the most part, the idea is almost the same. There's either a pin or a screw that you would have to remove, so that way this whole housing can come right off. So the first step for this teardown, we need to remove the pin. Now I'm gonna start with the SV3 Foam Cannon. I rotated this housing just so it's easier to see the pinhole right there. So I'll insert the tool right there, and the pin will come out from the other side. Pop it out, there you go. See how it popped out? It's really stuck on there, so I'm gonna need, like I said, you'll need a pick tool to just grab it. There you go. Don't lose this pin and don't mix it with other foam cannons. Make sure you have it separated and make sure everything's organized. Now the next one is the PF22. Same thing like the SV3 Foam Cannon. Oh man, this one's really stuck on there. If the pin doesn't come out, you could insert the tool and try to like bang it on a hard surface. So there we go. And damn, there we go. And then the last one is the Trinova Foam Cannon, but as you could see, this does not have a pin. We have to use a screwdriver to unscrew those screws so the whole housing can come off. Alrighty, so now the screws are removed. This whole housing should come off. There we go. Now this one, there's nothing inside, so we could just leave this on the side. The SV3 Foam Cannon, there's an agitator inside. That's the part we need to clean out, because that's the part that's very likely to fail and cause issues in your foam cannon. And then finally, the PF22 Foam Cannon, which this one's going to be a little tricky, and you might want to be a little careful when taking this apart, because this housing right here has this little plastic piece that holds the agitator all the way inside. So what you would have to do is open this up from the other side, stick a tool in there, and the whole thing should just come right out. And that is pretty much for the teardown. Now the Trinova disappeared for a second, and I'll show you why in a minute. So now that we've disassembled everything, now we can actually start the cleaning process for the agitators that create those thick, rich suds that we're always looking for. Now, in order to take out the agitators, we would have to use a tool to push them out of the housing. In this case, I would use a flathead screwdriver, a really thin one, so that way you can push the agitator out of the housing. So what you would do is on the fan adjuster, open it up to the widest setting and then stick the tool inside. There we go. This right here is the piece that we're looking for. This is called a foam agitator. The water and the soap passes through this, and on the other side, it's gonna come out as frothy suds. Now for the SV3 Foam Cannon, we can already see the agitator is right there in the middle. So all we would have to do is just open up the fan adjuster to the widest setting and then stick our tool inside. All you just gotta do is just, there we go. Now for the MJJC, this one's a little questionable. And this one's actually 2 agitators, and then there's a piece of, I don't know, like foam in the middle. So yeah, that's all you have to really do for the SV3 Foam Cannon. Now, unfortunately for the Trinova Foam Cannon, this thing is so stuck on, I have to use the vise to really open up the whole entire housing. Now, in order to do this, on this part right here, you need to get some sort of wrench or anything to pry it open. Now it's gonna be a little tricky with this thing in the way, but you can remove this. And this thing is really stuck on. I don't know why they decided to make it this incredibly difficult just to maintain your foam cannon. Oh man, this thing had a lot of, I don't know, thread lock or something, but this thing just, oh my gosh, it's just covered in so much of that stuff. Trinova made this painfully awful to do. So if I unscrew this all the way, there's our agitator inside. And all we have to do is just plug it from the other side. Man, I am so sorry, guys. I did not expect this to be that bad. Unfortunately, some foam cannons are gonna be a pain in the ass to do, while others are, you know, simple 1-2 step. 5 entire steps just to get to this part. So I'm gonna do the same thing like in the other foam cannons. There we go. And this is the agitator. Oh my God, it smells a little funky. This one smells a little funky. That tells me something's wrong with this. There might be some residual films on this. So there we go. Now we have the agitator. This is what we're going to clean. All of this doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're going to wipe it down with a bit of IPA, make sure everything is clean. So the next part is cleaning these agitators. What we're going to use is get our container. Now in my case, I got some cups that I just labeled them accordingly. What we're going to do is get some all-purpose cleaner, dilute it, and put it in these cups. Now to make it a little bit easier, I already had the APC already diluted. This is from Hylustra. The instruction says 1 to 100. It says it's safe for this kind of material. So I just follow the instructions. Of course, if you're using a different all-purpose cleaner, just follow the instructions on what it says. If it doesn't specify the material, I would probably recommend the medium strength. So you don't need that much. You just need about 2 ounces worth of APC for every single canister. So all you're going to do is get your agitator and throw it in the cup. Throw it in there. And what you're going to do is let these agitators sit overnight in some APC solution. So that way it really degreases all of those residual films, the soap scum, all that nasty caked up stuff that could be hindering the agitator's performance. So let it sit overnight and then just come back the next day. Honestly, I would recommend that you do this on a day that you're not going to use your foam cannons, because this really is going to take a while depending on how caked up your foam cannon agitator is. Now, using the power of editing magic, I will pretend that a day already passed by. Now we just got to rinse out the agitators. This step isn't really difficult, if I'll be honest with you. I'm sure you can use just basic common sense. So just get your agitator, just get a sink, rinse it out. But I wanted to show you guys something real quick. You see all those little black dots that are in there? Yeah, that's all contamination and particles that are in the foam cannon. And if you think about it, when you're using your pressure washer, all of those bits and pieces can come out of the spray gun, which can then land on the car and cause, well, you know, swirls and scratches. And you guys already know the rest. And this is just the Trinova Foam Cannon. If we look at something like the MJJC, you definitely see some minor impurities in there. You see those little black dots just swirling around. And if we look at the PF22, you see all those black dots on the bottom. See those little dots down there? Yeah, that's all contamination. All of these foam cannons are contaminated now. Since I am using deionized water, I do have a water system or a pressure washer system that I have here. There's a lot of metal parts moving around. I try my best to have filters on the inlets of the water source, and then another filter where the pressure washer is at. Even then, contamination is bound to happen no matter what you do, but it's good to maintain your foam cannon so stuff like those impurities don't go shooting out of your foam cannon. Alrighty, now that the whole entire foam cannon is clean, now we can assemble everything back together. The PF22 and the SV3 are the easiest to put back together. This one's gonna be a pain in the butt, but don't worry, I'll show that later in the video. So to start off, let's go with the PF22. All you have to do is just, well, put the agitator back in its place. So the agitator is the one that goes the furthest out of the fan adjuster. So you're just gonna push it right in there, just let it drop. Manage to align it back in the middle. So now that it's done, I'm just gonna give it one look push. Now that it's done, now we could put the other piece back inside. For this plastic piece, the side with the rubber ring goes in the bottom, it goes first. So we're just gonna insert that in there. And next up, you get your foam cannon and just slide it in there. If it doesn't go all the way, you could try rotating it. Next, get your pin and then just insert it in there. If it feels a little stuck, try the other side of the pin. Maybe that will help. It's gonna feel really tight. You can't really push it in with your thumb. So what you're gonna need is probably a small tool, such as like maybe a little hammer, to help push that pin inside. And then just keep going until the pin is all the way inside. Yeah, this has to be flush in there. So drop your piece in there. Foam piece is a little bit trickier because this is literally, it literally has no weight to it. So it's literally just like paper. So what you could do is just let it fall in there. Get your pick tool and then just align it. And yeah, just try your best to use the tool to like align the foam piece inside. And there you go, it should look flush. And then insert the second agitator in there. Just insert it like a coin. And then same thing like the PF22, you just get the housing, insert it in. Now this one's a little bit easier. Oh wow, I actually did it with my finger. Now some foam cannons, it's gonna be a lot easier. Some are not, but this one's perfectly fine. And now the pain in the ass, the Trinova Foam Cannon. So get the outer piece and then get your agitator and then insert it. You could tell it's all the way in there when it's past the threads because the other piece that's gonna thread onto here, it's gonna push it down. So now just get this piece right here and then you just insert that. Now we have to get the main housing part and then connect the fan adjuster. Okay, so I encountered a problem, guys, and I realized why it was so stuck on. Is because this thing had a thread lock installed. So if I put that housing, I mean, just look at the fan adjuster right there. If I put that housing back, if I try rotating it, like look at the fan adjuster. If I try rotating it, it doesn't go, oh man, that sounds really loud. I can't close the fan adjuster anymore. This thing just keeps on rotating. You see how it's not adjusting properly? Yeah, this thing had some thread lock on these 2 points right here. So unfortunately, I have to apply thread lock. This is gonna bother me so much. I can't adjust the fan spreader anymore. Well, I didn't know about this foam cannon, but good thing I teared it down to show you guys what to look out for. So yeah, that is all you have to do, guys, for maintenance. All you have to do is just clean out that agitator. If you're a detailer that heavily uses your foam cannon, I recommend that you do this process every once in a while. Now, if you use any soaps that have like wax additives, spray on, rinse off protectants. Now, if you use a protectant or a soap that has like a wax additive or like one of those spray on, rinse off paint protectants that utilize a foam cannon, I recommend that you do your maintenance quite regularly, actually, because those agitators can get clogged up very easily. Now, all foam cannons are designed differently, and I'm being honest with you, I did not expect this issue to happen with the Trinova Foam Cannon. I did not know that all of their parts are have thread lock. But hey, that's the cool thing about this channel. I'm still learning, man. I did not know this was an issue, but I think it's a good thing that I encountered this issue, so that way I document the whole process, showing you guys, well, not only the problem, but also how to address it. I would apply some thread lock on this and then just call it a day. And there you guys go, how to maintain your foam cannon. It is a very simple process. Well, simple. Not the Trinova Foam Cannon, but for the most part, for most foam cannons out there, it is a very simple process. Doing maintenance on your foam cannon is ideal if you want to prolong its lifespan, ensuring that the foam agitators are working perfectly. If you don't take care of your foam cannons, such as using really high dilutions of soap, using soaps with like high wax additives or any sort of paint protectants that are meant to be dispersed with a foam cannon, If you don't do regular maintenance on your foam cannon, it could cause some issues such as the agitator stuttering, so it's spitting out a lot of inconsistent foam, or it is straight up clogged and it's going to spit out a lot of like watered down sludge. It's not even consistent foam, it's just sludge, it's just water, it doesn't have any pressure, and you don't want that happening to you, especially in the middle of a job. And that's going to be a wrap for this video. So sorry again about that Trinova issue. I don't know why they designed it like that, but hey, I'm learning something new every day, and I'm glad I documented it, just show you guys what to do in that situation. So thank you so much for watching, and just a real quick reminder, if you're interested in any detailing training services with me, head on over to my website. It is carlosdetailingtraining.com. Go to the website, all the information is there, such as scheduling, pricing, the courses available, you name it. Head on over there. The link is in the description if you're interested. And of course, if you're interested in any of the products that I featured, the links are down below. They are affiliate links. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not paid by anyone or any company to make this video. Everything that I showcase, I purchase with my own money. I am a reviewer. I'm not an influencer. I don't accept any partnerships with anyone. So everything that I do are my words, my money, and my own subjective opinions. And that's going to be a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe down below for more future content like this down the road, and please hit that bell icon so you're notified until the next video comes out. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. You guys have a good time.